Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Let's talk about Abigail. Abby. Now, when I first started watching this show, and I saw the things that Gwen was sitting there doing, I was like, Gwen, you are a POS of a person. You are a lowlife and a scumbag. And, Abby is really starting to show her true colors, or maybe this is just how she's always been, and I'm just new to the party. Abigail just pretty much rails Chad on, if she has this baby, then we're gonna be done and we're gonna be through and our marriage can't survive. I'm just sitting there thinking, my God, are you one self-centered piece of garbage? You are more concerned about your marriage than you are about your unborn niece or nephew, because that's what this child is. She is just so like, oh, she should get an abortion, and I was going to drive to the clinic herself, myself. And Chad did not do any favors in this episode. Oh my goodness. So, let me get this straight. He had the balls to sit there and come up to Jake's face like he was ready to throw down. Okay? He got all up in Gabby's face like he was about to, put hands on her. But Chad, it's like, did you just lose your spine or your balls or something? Tell me. Because the whole time he's sitting there, and this is the thing, you can look in his face and you can tell that he does not want Gwen to actually have an abortion with his unborn child. He doesn't want that. But he is too much of a damn coward to actually say anything to this woman because he doesn't want to hurt his precious marriage. And I know I have to sit there and say it like that, but I am so trying not to curse. Oh my Lord, I'm trying not to curse. But yeah, he's so worried about keeping precious Abby that he says the very minimum at best to sit there and try to appease her, but try to be honest at the same time. Halfway through this conversation of, pretty much just Abigail sitting there whining, complaining, and just being a self-centered piece of garbage that she is about how it's going to hurt their marriage, and, she realizes that, Chad isn't for it, and she pretty much asks, like, hey, listen, if, if your son or daughter wants to learn how to ride a bike or something like that, are you going to sit there and say no? Are you going to sit there and turn away? I'm sitting there thinking, well, let me ask you a question, Abigail. If he was the type of man that would turn down lessons of his other child or spending time with his other child, could you really sit there and say that you love him? Was this the man that you really want to be in love with? The type of man that would sit there and turn his back on his other child just to appease you? Because now I gotta sit there and think, man, I don't know who's more screwed up in this relationship. I mean, I called Chad a dick for a while, and while I do stand by that statement, sweetheart, you are showing this side of yourself, but I'm just like, Jesus Christ, lady. So with that being said, she leaves. Now, Gwen, I feel like I'm so glad that she came to this decision of not listening to anyone else except for herself, that she wanted to have this baby. She's talking to Kayla, which of course, Kayla is Team Abigail because, well, damn near everyone in this town is probably Team Abigail. And as much as I didn't like Gwen, and I'm not going to sit there and try to lie like the caffeine hasn't grown on me, but as much crap that she's getting, I can understand when every single person in that town is constantly dumping on her because of something that, she did to Abigail. Granted, she understands that she deserves all the grief and smoke that she's getting. I can understand the annoyance. But yeah, Kayla does her job. They go through the test, realize she's pregnant, go through the ultrasound, and at first she doesn't even want to look at the baby. Because she's listening to everyone else. Well, she's listening to Abigail and, whatever, and the fact that she thinks that Chad doesn't want to actually, be, parents with her. But finally, she decides to listen to her own self and listen to her heart, and looks at the sonogram, goes to Chad, and it's like, hey, listen, I want to have this baby. And Chad just doesn't say anything. Because for some odd reason, now is the time they decide to cut off Chad's nuts. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that just bothers me in so many different ways. But yeah, so that pretty much ends that. Now, Snow, the low-life piece of garbage that she is, because I am not pulling any punches with this little girl, realizes that, Xander's not really that loaded. He actually owes a lot of money to the room that he's staying in. He hasn't paid in months. And she realizes that her plan of finding a rich man went down the tubes. So now she's whining, complaining, and just acting like the piece of garbage that she is. And it's all like, I want to sit there and get a divorce. And for the life of me, and I do not understand why, Xander's like, nope, you're not getting rid of me that easily, or something along the lines that he said. I'm like, Xander, have you lost your mind? First of all, this little girl tricked you into a marriage that I'm pretty sure you didn't want, and you played along for reasons that I just can't grasp. I was like, okay, cool, the party's over. Hell, even when he came out the shower, he was like, oh, you're still here? I thought you were on left. Like left. Like, left and undid what you did. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, cool, so you're about that, getting her out of your life, and just kind of, I don't know, whatever. So after, Chanel trash talks Xander, realizes that, he doesn't have any money, any prospects, and, well, he's been drunk for the past 2 days. She calls him a loser. I say a bunch of names I'm not going to say on camera. And, yeah, Xander's like, nope, we're going to do this thing for some odd reason. I was like, bro, you have an out. Okay? This chick done latched on to you, and, she's giving you an out. And you're not taking it. Are you still drunk? Like, I'm trying to come up with reasons of why any person would want to be with this girl. And, yes, I am going to continue, well, I say I'm going to continue trash talking this woman because, well, that's pretty much the material that she's giving me. Now, she's actually bothered to give me an ounce of humanity or something along those lines that I could sit there and work with and try to call her some sort of decent names, then I would do that. But, unfortunately, this is, well, this is what she's giving me, so this is what I have to work with. Abe talks to Paulina, or Paulette, I think that's her name. I'm gonna screw up her name till I get it right. I think her name is Paulette. I'm just gonna call her Paulette, because I'm pretty sure I'm right. So Paulette is pretty much blaming herself for, pretty much the trash daughter that she has, and Abe is just like, listen, this isn't on you. Our children have to sit there and kind of learn, they kind of got to go through their mistakes. This is after Abe pretty much gives Paulina the dirty deeds of Xander Kyriakis, and I'm not gonna lie, I laughed my ass off, because every time that Abe told a story, it just got worse and worse, and I'm like, bro, if you keep going, she's gonna pass out. I'm gonna laugh because it was just funny, but she's gonna pass out. Talking about all the dirty deeds or whatever, but then I'm pretty sure he said something like he changed and he's helped, got the babies back, which he did, but he did it because he knew some very shady people. So yeah. But pretty much, I think that Jack having his, I like to call his inner Jack moment. Abe had his inner Jack moment. For people that don't know about Jack, watch This Is Us, because it's a great show. But he was able to calm her down, and, you know, she was happy about that. Plus, he has some papers for her to sign for her new business venture that hopefully is going to work. It sounds like it's going to work out for the whole town, so that'd be cool. And, you know, she looked at him not just as somebody that, you know, she can finesse into getting her business venture, but somebody that can actually, you know, be suitable for her. So, how's that gonna work? I guess that would somehow work. I mean, Lonnie calls Aunt, you know, Lonnie is, well, I don't know. They're related. Lonnie and Paulina is related. And Lonnie and, you know, that's her dad, so how would that even work out? Wouldn't that just be weird? I don't know. Anyway, the last scene, which I'm not gonna lie, was kind of a useless scene, let's be honest. It was pretty much just Lonnie and Eli talking about Xander and Paulina and Chanel, and that was pretty much about it. They talked about that, they talked about the babies, and that was really about it. Not gonna lie, they could have cut that whole scene out, and it just wouldn't have mattered. I feel like last scene, which is another scene that I want to think it was more. This was more useful than the other scene, which was Jack coming over to Steve's place to get some advice about how to broker some sort of peace between his two daughters. And Steve was like, listen, given all the crap that Gwen did, I don't know if that's possible, and I can't really blame her, you know? So I don't know exactly how helpful I don't know how helpful Steve really was. Plus, he wasn't exactly too thrilled at the fact that Gwen was going to Kayla, you know, to be, like, the patient and everything like that, like, yo. Because he was like, so what unlucky doctor is going to have to sit there and kind of deal with her? And Jack was like, Kayla. So he wasn't too thrilled about that. I should tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie, after that, it just didn't really seem like it mattered much. Because the conversation didn't really go anywhere. I mean, he was pretty much trying to get advice. He really had no advice to give because he just looked at the situation like it's a crap situation. This may not actually ever get resolved. And that's honestly the truth of the matter. You know, they may never actually be sisters because Abigail can't seem to let go of the anger and hurt that she's feeling. And I completely understand where she's coming from. Gwen has done a lot of crap to Abigail. And I understand her anger and her frustration that she wants to get at her. But coming across self-centered and telling your sister, your half-sister, that she should get an abortion because it's going to inconvenience your life and your marriage is just like, you kind of crossed the line with me there. I feel like more or less, I think that's about it. Let me just double check. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, that's actually about it. If I miss anything, please write it down in the comment section below. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank all the people who've been watching my review. I want to thank all the new people who has been watching this review. And, yeah. I hope everyone has a great night or a great day if you're watching this tomorrow. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Catch you in the next video.